Hello my dear students, today's topic is about parathyroid gland, adrenal gland and thymus gland. So first let me discuss about parathyroid gland. Parathyroid glands are small glands in the human neck that produce parathyroid hormone. It is originated from the endoderm. The location of this gland is on the posterior side of the thyroid gland. Parathyroid glands are four in number. Each pair is situated in the two lobes of thyroid gland on the either side. These are small, flat and oval gland. Now what are the hormones released by these glands? Parathyroid glands secrete a single hormone known as parathormone or parathyroid hormone or PTH. The secretion of PTH is regulated by the circulating level of calcium ions in the blood. So, what is the function of parathyroid hormone? Parathyroid hormone serves several functions in the body, such as it increases the level of calcium in the blood, it stimulates the process of bone reabsorption, that is, demineralization by acting on the bone, and it also stimulates reabsorption of calcium by the renal tubules and absorption of calcium from the digested food. So, the parathyroid hormone is a hypercalcemic hormone. That means it increases the level of calcium in the blood. Parathyroids are under the feedback control of the blood calcium level. When the calcium level falls in the blood, it stimulates them to secrete PTH. Thus, both the hormones TCT and PTH plays a significant role to control and regulate the concentration of calcium and phosphate. The next type of endocrine glands are the adrenal gland. Adrenal glands are also known as suprarenal gland. These glands are located as a pair at the anterior part of the each kidney. The adrenal glands are conical yellowish bodies composed of two types of tissues, the adrenal cortex and the adrenal medulla. Now the adrenal cortex. The adrenal cortex is further divided into three concentric layers, zona reticularis, zona fasciculata and zona glomerulosa. The hormones secreted by these three glands are collectively known as corticoids. Now there are two groups of corticoids, mineralocorticoids and glucocorticoids. Mineralocorticoids are also known as aldosterone. Aldosterone is the major mineralocorticoid found in our body. It mainly acts on the renal tubules, stimulating the reabsorption of sodium and water. It also stimulates the excretion of potassium and phosphate ions from the body. The function of these mineralocorticoids is to maintain the electrolyte balance in the body fluid volume, osmotic pressure and blood pressure of the body. The next type of hormone produced by the adrenal cortex are glucocorticoid, which are also known as cortisol. These hormones regulate the metabolism of carbohydrate, protein and fats. Cortisol is the main glucocorticoid found in our body. The function of the cortisol is to stimulate the liver for the synthesis of carbohydrate from non-carbohydrate sources like amino acid and glycerol. This process of synthesis of carbohydrate from non-carbohydrate sources is known as gluconeogenesis. Hence, glucocorticoids stimulate the gluconeogenesis, lipolysis and proteolysis. Lipolysis means lipid breakdown, proteolysis means protein breakdown. The inhibition of cellular uptake or utilization of amino acid is also regulated by cortisol. Cortisol is involved in the maintenance of cardiovascular system and in proper functioning of kidney. What happens when there is a deficiency of mineralocorticoid? It leads to Addison's disease. There is another disease called Cushing's syndrome, which is due to the excess of cortisol. There is another type of corticoid known as sex corticoid or androgen. The androgens are released in both male and female, and these hormones are the precursor of both the testosterone and estrogen. They are secreted as DHEA or dihydroxyepiandrosterone. So, what are the functions of the sex corticoids? Functions of sex corticoids. Sex corticoid plays a major role in the growth of axial hair, pubic hair, and facial hair during puberty in humans. It helps in the development of acne and it plays an important role in the development of embryo. Adrenal medulla. The adrenal medulla secretes two hormones, epinephrine and norepinephrine. Epinephrine is also known as adrenaline, and norepinephrine is also known as noradrenaline. Epinephrine and norepinephrine, both these hormones belong to the category of the compounds known as catecholamines. They are secreted in response to any kind of stress, danger, and during emergency situations like increased respiratory rate, heart rate, and breathing rate. The central nervous system at the time of stress and danger stimulates the adrenal medulla to release both these hormones. These are also known as emergency hormones or flight, fight, and fright hormone. Now, what are the functions of this adrenaline and noradrenaline? These hormones serve various purposes. They are as follows. They increase the alertness, help in the dilation of pupil, helps in pillow erection, that is the raising of the hair of hands and legs, increase in the heartbeat and rate of respiration. They also stimulate the breakdown of glycogen, due to which the concentration of glucose increases in the blood. They also stimulate the breakdown of lipids and proteins. The last endocrine gland in today's video is thymus gland. It is a lymphoid gland that plays an important role in the development of immune system. It originates from the endoderm of the embryo. The location of the thymus gland is on the dorsal side of the heart and the aorta. The thymus gland secretes peptide hormone called thymosin, which plays a major role in the differentiation of T lymphocytes, which provide cell-mediated immunity. Apart from this, thymosin also promote production of antibodies to provide humoral immunity. It degenerates with age, due to which production of thymosin hormone also get decreased, and that result in the weaker immune response in older people. So my dear students, this was all about today's topic, the three endocrine gland, the parathyroid gland, the adrenal gland, and finally the thymus gland. Hope you enjoyed the video and understood the topic. See you in my next video.